Welcome to He Sees Us All YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about Alex Jones a bit. Not just Alex Jones, but the damage that he does and has done to the truth community. You know, people talk about Ellen DeGeneres and Jimmy Fallon being gatekeepers when Alex Jones is most likely a much higher degree Mason than both of them. I have a clip of him talking about his major Masonic roots, and he claims he's not a Mason, but someone on the top tier with an assignment such as Alex's would deny being a Mason themselves. I actually have a few clips from a show where Alex slightly spills the beans a bit. Here's one of them, and this is the one where he talks about his Masonic roots.
I have to probably say that I have major Masonic roots. I have never been part of a Masonic lodge. I have never taken Masonic oaths or rituals. A lot of my family, because Texas was pretty much Masonic through and through, was Masonic, high-level Masonic. And they were very, very good people. George Washington was a Mason. I have been interviewed by major TV.
You see, Alex likes to drink, and he likes to drink on set. And more than once he said things that should have risen some major red flags amongst the truth community. You know, I really hate to say this, but Alex reminds me of a call from an uprising. Now, I don't like to knock other channels. I don't like to talk about other channels unless it's in a positive light. And I am not at all trying to knock a call from an uprising or his channel. That's not what I'm trying to do here. Actually, a call has made some really great videos with great information in some of them. But all his yelling and screaming that him and Alex Jones both do really should be obvious to everyone what's going on here. You see, a call for an uprising gives the Christians or the religious truthers a really bad name, while Alex Jones gives all truthers a bad name. You know, maybe the Christian sect of truthers would have been viewed by outside society as like a little more docile. Well, not anymore. Not when we have Christians saying things like, we'll bully Satanists into a corner and that, that you'd beat them up if given the chance and blah, blah, blah. As a Christian, he should be interested in saving everyone, not counting the days till their soul is ripped away to hell. I'm just saying. But again, not trying to knock him at all. But this is where I'm going with this, really. The elite are trying to paint a picture where conspiracy theory or theorists should be considered as a mental illness. There's already a ton of studies done by so-called scientists that begin to paint this portrait for society. And Alex Jones and others are going to be used as the evidence for such an asinine claim. Alex was recently banned from all platforms. Do people think that nothing will come of that? Alex will be their prime example of the validity of the statement, conspiracy equals mental illness. And anyone who steps out of the lines of the government's way of thinking will be heavily medicated or possibly institutionalized. Alex has time and time again trolled his audience from putting tinfoil on his head to the divorce of his ex-wife. Now, I don't think that the divorce was an act. I genuinely believe that this woman wanted out and away from this man. But during the divorce, she used Alex's persona as a reason to be awarded custody of her children. Well, she lost that battle. And why did she lose that battle? I mean, clearly, she could prove that the man was a total nutcase, right? There must be thousands of hours recorded of him acting completely unstable, right? Well, she lost the case because Alex was able to prove to the judge that, beyond a shadow of a doubt, by the way, that the whole Alex Jones persona was complete BS and shouldn't be used as an example of who he was offset. He was absolutely able to prove that he was not the man that was seen on TV. So what does this mean? What does it mean if Alex Jones is all an act? That not 1 ounce of the man seen on TV actually exists? Well, it most likely means he's CIA, and if it's an act to hurt us, not to help us. Here's a clip of Alex revealing some half-truths again, and I want to play this for you guys.
And I know more than most Masons do. Most Masons are porch Masons and are compartmentalized and don't know really much of anything. They know about Solomon and basically a bunch of ancient history stuff. University knowledge was very powerful. Mathematics was very powerful. It was associated with magic, with the occult, pre-Christ. pre-Abraham. So it's the old-time religion. And all it is a university study of religions, of philosophy, and of...
bullshit. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that's where he was going with that. But seriously, notice how he says he knows more than most Masons with such authority. Alex Jones does a better job making anyone searching for the truth look crazy than CNN does. In between all the props and all the yelling and screaming, all the animated facial expressions, and even bawling like a toddler, Alex has done an A+ job at labeling us. If you search for the truth, then you will be labeled. And here's my favorite clip of Alex. Here's where he tells you some truth.
Undoubtedly. If you want to say it, I mean, I would say I come out of a classical Enlightenment family of what you would call real Illuminati, real Enlightenment. And I'll just say it here on everybody.
And there you have it, from Alex's own mouth. He's just a mouthpiece for the beast. He does as he's told, and he probably knows more than most think. And I'm willing to bet that some pretty top-level Masons answer to him. I have a few clips of Alex doing what Alex does best, and I apologize for the quality of all these clips, but they're all pretty old, and that's the quality that I recorded them in. After the clips, though, I have a few photos that I came across while compiling everything for this video that I found pretty hilarious, and I just wanted to share them with you guys. So, real quick, though, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. Don't forget to hit the notification bell because YouTube does a bang-up job on blocking my videos. The next video that I'm working on is another video about Desmond, and I think people need to see what I'm going to post. So, like I said, don't forget to hit the bell so you could see, you know, what I'm going to put up next. But anyway, without further ado, here's a video of Alex doing what he does best.
Nellies going, kill everybody. I get off when I talk about cutting people's power off. I'm a Nelly. Just simpering control freaks in big nerd packs, taking everything over, ruling everything, becoming police officers with weapons, tasering us for fun. I've had it with control freaks and scum! You people are cancer! All right, I'm not in a good mood now. I start thinking about Bill Gates up there with that little chicken neck, hopping her now, little murdering eugenicist. You know how he walked, like a demonic elf. Hey, Bill Gates! I'm going to shoot you up with something that's going to kill you down in the hammer. How's a 30-year death from gut disease sound, African children? Roll up the sleeves. I'm a little chicken neck bastard, and nobody's got the will to see what I am.
Settles people. Oh, what a one.
No, but exactly. That's a badge of distinction. Bill Gates say, in that little yuppie voice, and then what we need to do is get this graph down to 0 on carbon dioxide being output on the earth. How are we going to do that? Well, humans are the main thing, and we put out individually this amount at the TED conference. What do you think about that? Everybody goes, and he goes, that's right. We've got to get this down to 0. And he puts his clicker and puts an image of a human up there. And all the little anti-human control freaks, you know, that mommy never disciplined, like get off on the thrill of, we're going to kill everybody. And Gates laughs with it. And then there's I should do a special newscast on this on the Nightly News where I just show a little giggling about killing us. The giggling about killing us at TED conference. The giggling about killing us at another conference where he said, if you, wise old Nellies that rule us. If we get rid of grandma and don't give her end-of-life care, we hire 10 teachers. What do you think about that? And everybody's like, oh, yeah, I mean, it's just like scum, Nazi filth, trash, garbage, maggots. We are all ruled by little chicken neck Nelly. That attitude. Then the enemy doesn't have anything over you anymore. Stop being gelded, domesticated garbage. Stop being weak. And when you see a threat coming down on you, deal with it. Become a human again. Stop being weak. We got a bunch of criminals coming down on us. God. Ugh. Murdering scum. I want to get humanity awake.
I'm going to get our forces up, and then I'm going to bring these people to justice, and you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I want to unleash humanity, not have a bunch of con artists, pot-bellied, chicken neck, pieces of garbage running our world. More importantly, they act like effeminate, cowardly chicken necks because they want to train you to act like that. They want to train you to be weak. God. They want to train you. That's a nasty taste coming up in my mouth. I'm tasting those globalists. I can taste their fear and their weakness. I taste metal. I taste blood. And pulling up the image of Bill Gates, that piece of garbage, and all the stuff he's done to innocent people makes me want to throw up. Oh, boy, I tell you, we're going to get people awake to you, you bastards, and we're coming for you. We're coming straight for you, and you know it. That's why you're so scared. That's why you're moving so fast now. And you just better keep doing that dance, because you can feel that flame of rebellion starting to lap up and lick right up there. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. Humanity's going to come together. We know we're under attack. We know it. We're breaking the conditioning. We're coming for you, globalist. Coming for you. Coming for you. We know what you're doing. I'm sorry. I just get fired up when I think about what they're doing to us and how I want to resist them and how easy they are to defeat. Excuse me. I think my testosterone's going up. This happens every time I start working out a lot again. And I swam 2 miles this morning pretty hard and ate a big fat steak last night. It's full of hormones, testosterone on its own right. So I'm going a little bit wild today, excuse me. They tell your kids they got to love Justin Bieber, and then Bieber says, hand in your guns, pass the Cybersecurity Act, and you know, the police state's good, and then your children are turned into mindless vassals who now they look up to some twit instead of looking up to Thomas Jefferson or looking up to Nikola Tesla or looking up to Magellan. I mean, kids, Magellan's a lot cooler than Justin Bieber. He circumnavigated with one ship the entire planet. He was killed by wild natives before they got back to Portugal, and when they got back, there was only like 11 people alive of the 200 and something crew, and the entire ship was rotting down to the waterline. That's destiny. That's will. That's striving. That's being a trailblazer and explorer. Going into space, mathematics, quantum mechanics, the secrets of the universe. It's all there. Life is fiery with its beauty. It's incredible detail. Tuning into it. They want to shut out your mind talking about Justin Bieber. It's pure evil. They're taking your intellect and your soul and giving you Michael Jordan and Bieber. Well, the Roman emperors were always so crazy. Most of them had syphilis, which is basically the equivalent of a microscopic worm that starts eating your brain. You wonder why so many of the British royalty were crazy. Most of them had syphilis. They were having sex with hundreds of women. There was no cure for it. And then you learn that the Rockefellers and people had syphilis, and they were crazy, and Capone had it and was crazy. And all these gangsters and Rockefellers were down there thinking the mineral baths could heal them. They actually did in Hot Spring develop some of the treatments and then cures for it later after they died. But the point is, they're all down there crazy with all their prostitutes shipping pure 200-proof liquor, Everclear, out around the country, with weird eugenicist scientists teaching them that syphilis came from subhumans and that they had to kill off the subhumans. That's where their disease had come from. Crazy men. This whole system comes out of the minds of multi-billionaires, and I'm talking 80 years ago, multi-billionaires who were crazy with syphilis. Of course it's totally insane. And they set the foundations up and everything in motion that's running everything today on autopilot, and they're crazy with syphilis. I mean, whoa. No wonder Caligula married his horse and Nero was running around burning stuff down. I mean, these guys have got worms eating their brains. And all this...
Okay, so I came across, I'm sorry, even those videos are funny. I came across some really, really funny pictures of Alex that I just had to share them with you guys while I was doing all my research for this video. So, you know, here we go. Here's one. This one is in reference to Alex Jones being a toad, I guess. Look at his head. It's just, some of these are so funny. Every time I look at them, look at I mean, my God, they're freaking hilarious. And I'm like, I slammed 2 miles this morning. And I just ate a big steak. Oh my God. Those 2 weren't even altered. I love these photos. Wait, watch. Look at this one. Look at his eyes. Is it the syphilis? Are you mad with syphilis, Alex Jones? I mean, I can't even. These photos they crack me up so badly when I look at them. I don't know if these are those Snapchat filters or whatever, but they're so funny. I mean, who did these? Seriously. I'm Alex Jones, and I've come to take your brains and your souls. It must be the syphilis. Oh my God. It must be the syphilis. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I couldn't help myself. I'm so sorry. I try to remain serious, but I thought maybe you guys would want something on a little lighter note, especially considering what my next video is going to be about. I saw those photos and I just figured we could all use a good laugh. I'm sorry. I apologize. I hope that didn't upset anybody. I hope I'm not gonna lose subscribers over it. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Please don't forget to share and subscribe if you haven't. Give the video a like. Leave me a comment down below. God bless each and every one of you. And I hope you all will join me in my next video. Have a wonderful day.